Hey Kelsey, thank you so much for jumping on. I know we've been working together
Hey.
for over a year now, which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, if you could just introduce yourself so that everyone out there, if they don't know you, they can learn more about you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's been great working with you too. The year's blown by. Um,
Thanks.
so I write Curvy Girl Romance and I have two different pen names. One is Sweet, Clean, Young Adult, and the other one is Small Town Contemporary Spicy, but they all feature plus size heroines and getting there happily ever after.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I know we started focusing on your Kelsey Haas pen name about 6 months ago. But with your Kelsey Stelton, kind of just want to get your experience in terms of like how things started in the program, like those very first 3 months. When we started up, I believe that was last April or May. And so yeah, kind of your experience at that time.
Yeah, we started in May and Amy was like, I'm in a group chat with her, and she was
Hmm.
saying how great it's been going working with Cameron. And I was like, well, I'm glad it's working for you, Amy, but you have like magic touch for everything.
Yeah.
So you do you. And then she just kept talking about it. And I was like, you know what? KU has not been treating me all that well. I might as well try it. Like, I'm not
Hmm.
losing anything. I had the other pen name that was doing well. So
Hmm.
I pulled my books that had always been in KU and brought them into a Shopify store and kind of built it up and had literally zero expectations. I was like, if I do a fourth of what Amy's doing, I'll be over the moon
Yeah.
excited. Um, and I really just like trusted you, Cameron, and tried to do what you told me to. And I was honestly like really surprised how quickly it grew and like went beyond what I had, like even my best months in KU.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And do you feel like as it's been growing too, even though you're selling to a lot more readers, do you feel closer to your reader than when you were in KU?
It's a different experience because like in KU, one way that I knew to like see what my readers were thinking was to judge by read through,
Hmm.
right? And so like a lot of like our methods that we've been doing is selling bundles. And so that was kind of like harder not to be able to see like are they reading through the series?
Yeah.
But it's been really good to like have their emails and be able to see through like Klaviyo, like here's how they're responding to the emails, here's how they're purchasing. Oh, they're still opening my emails that I'm sending them bonus content
Hmm.
with about the series and engaging and coming over to the readers group. So it's been like overall a good experience.
That's awesome. Because you were running traffic ads to Amazon in the past, or when your books were in KU. What would you say the main
Mhm.
difference is from running ads that way versus the direct sales ads?
So, like I would say running traffic ads relies a lot more on intuition.
Hmm.
So I couldn't just like hand my ads over to like my husband or anything like that and say, I need you to run these ads and I need you to tell if they're doing well. Because it
Hmm.
was like a lot of guessing, like, okay, I upped my budget and it went up, or I upped my budget and it didn't go up. So now I
Hmm.
need to change this. And now I would be able to say, like, okay, to my husband who knows nothing about Facebook ads, like, how are my ads performing? What do you think about
Hmm.
this? Which I think just makes it a lot more simple and takes out a ton of the guesswork of what's working and what's not working.
Yeah, totally. Do you feel like you've also been able to scale further as well with these types of ads?
Yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah.
I know like there was always a limit on
Hmm.
traffic ads where they would break. You're like,
Yep.
okay, I can't go any further than this, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because it really does come down to, I mean, more people, because since it can track afterwards, the more people that like the
Hmm.
copy, it's going to find more and more people like that. And so it's just going
Yeah.
to continue to, once it finds more. And so I know that
Yeah.
we were working together on the Kelsey, we were doing Kelsey Stelting, that pen name for over the year. But with
Hmm.
your Kelsey Haas pen name, you already had the experience of running direct for about 6 or 7 months at that point. And then we started up Kelsey Haas. Was it in January or February? It was about 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah, it was at the end of December, like right before
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. And how was that experience since you already knew how to sell direct, getting on calls and everything, starting then? Yeah.
Well, I was like honestly really excited because we'd kind of talked about traffic ads. So while I
Hmm.
was scaling the YA pin name,
Yeah.
I also had an adult pin name going that I was using traffic ads on.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day I was getting more and more annoyed. Like, this is so stupid. Why can I not tell how much money I'm making on these ads for sure? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying these tracking links. They're working sometimes, they're not working other times. So I was just honestly like really pumped to get it started and to see my like actual data.
Yeah.
Um, and that just went like it went even faster than the other pen name because we already like kind of knew what we were doing and knew what ad copy was working with
Yeah.
readers, and it was just like really fun. And I feel like there was a lot of like hope in that
Hmm.
experience of starting up the new store with some background and like some more confidence going into it.
Totally. Yeah. And how would you say, in terms of like consistency, how would you say that is month over month versus being in KU with like a new release? Because we're not necessarily promoting new releases, it's more I'm just continuously advertising the same bundle.
Yeah, I feel like the consistency of income relies a lot less on new releases
Hmm.
because like in KU I would try like every single release to find new readers and more readers that way. and and what I experienced in KU was that people were less likely to pre-order books.
Hmm.
um but wide my my new release actually doesn't like bump it up like a significant amount. Like in KU you would have release months that would go really high and then you'd fall
Hmm.
back down.
Yeah.
But here it's a lot steadier.
Hmm.
And I actually have found like more people pre-ordering and like wanting that experience too.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And so
Mhm.
from when we started the previous year, in terms of income, what would you say the change in income has been from moving that previous year to this last year that we worked together?
It's been like totally life changing, you know that. Like like 10x at
Yeah.
least of business like profit
Yeah.
increase. That's not even just like overall
Yeah.
ad spend. And like with that, I've been able to bring on more employees and teammates to like help me and take some of the load off of my shoulders
Yeah, of course.
from like trying to run everything and balance everything, and like having that team and like the capacity to bring on a team has been huge.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's been
Mhm.
such a fun experience, and I mean, we're just gonna keep selling more and more. So it's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's been
I'm
very
ready
fun
for
working
it.
with you. Yeah.
Yes, you
Oh,
too.
cool. Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate it hopping on, and hope you have a great rest of your week. Cool.
Thank you.